Kyle, here goes your tires, buddy.
Video, Kyle?
Brand new ones.
You could have at least put the front ones on the back.
Moving you right day and night.
And we're supposed to be powered by science.
That's very true.
We better be able to get two people on one train somehow.
Here it comes. Yep, that's it.
Because every time I'm in his office, he's sitting there and all of a sudden he just reaches like this and there's a piece of chicken in his hand.
I'm like, how much chicken is under your desk?
I overshot the R&D budget this week, so I'm going to need that $250.
Moving it right day and night.
Welcome to another edition of Hot Shot Secret, Facebook Live and YouTube Live. Hope you guys are liking our little intro video we got going now.
Yeah.
I forgot about it last week. It kind of led us into it. So we don't actually get to hear it, but we see it. Right. So our production value is stepping up here. Thanks to Josh is in the house now, so got to get a little help over there too. So welcome back. It's our 71st episode. Wow. Here with Aaron Darnell again.
Seems only last year it was like 36 or something.
Something
right?
like that. That's right. That's
Crazy.
right. So let's see. We hope everybody's New Year's off to a great start, of course. Now, we are dual streaming like we tell everybody, so you can catch us on Facebook or YouTube. Post your questions below. We're going to answer those today. Thankfully, we've got Aaron in the house again, so R&D support.
We'll have some support.
We'll have some support.
Just a touch.
Be sure to like and share the video. Click that little bell up there so you can get notified when we go live, which is every Thursday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And follow us on Instagram and YouTube as well.
Always.
So just like last week, we don't know if we had a good time with that. We don't know where you're watching from. So post below. Let us know where you're tuned in from, what part of the country or what part of the world. We get people all over watching. So let us know where you're tuned in from. And what we got going on in today's video?
Beautiful things, like answering questions.
Yeah, that's
The
what
tough
we
ones.
do a lot of that.
And we'll give a small update on what's going on here at Hot Shot Secret. And we might even give away some product today.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe so.
I wonder what product we're going to be giving away.
I'm not really sure yet. I know.
TSE. So today's topic du jour is going to be our transmission Stiction Eliminator. Of course, we'll take questions on anything. That's why we do this weekly show. We like to open up, talk to our fans, talk to our customers, answer those direct questions. If you have product questions, we got one of the R&D guys, so it's good to have my backup here. So if you got real tough turbology questions, oil, fuel, you name it, if you're just having a problem with your truck, let us know. We'll try to handle it right here live and see if we can't help you out. Sure. And if you have any questions about what we do, if you have ideas for these guys to take into R&D and try to knock out, we can do that too. So
That's my favorite.
what is? The ideas that we get?
Yes.
Well, it keeps you busy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, and also, if you don't watch live, remember that you can tune in later and still post your questions and your comments, and we'll even give some product away for our after hours folks.
Right.
Just like last week, I think, what did we do last week? We did LX4, right?
Correct.
LX4. So, last week's after hours winner is Mr. David Brostrom. Brostrom? I get that?
Sounds right.
Sounds right. So David Brostrom, if you're watching, which you're probably not because you're an after hours guy, shoot us a message. If not, we'll reach out to you and we'll get you out a bottle of LX4. Thanks for, I don't know what you did. You commented or questioned or something from last week's episode. So you win some LX4. And whoever gets to comment later on this episode in our syndicated versions, they're going to get some TSE. So let's go over our weekly basics. What kind of announcements we got going on this week?
As always, subscribe to our newsletter.
All right.
Yeah, we have a little bit different papers. And Diesel Extreme 32 ounces are currently $1.50 off at Tractor Supply. So maybe hit up the TSC on your way home and get a good bargain.
Where's that at? Tractor Supply?
Tractor
Oh, yeah.
Supply. Yeah.
32 ounce bottles, $1.50 off. There you go. Stock up. 32 ounces. That's a bigger bottle too. So that'll treat 160 gallons. We talked about this. You don't know your dosages.
I don't know my dosages. Not. I speak in parts per million and treat
wait,
rates
16
like
treat
1 to 300. So
16 treats 40. So yeah. So it'd be the 80 gallons. Not a bad deal, especially get $1.50 off. So, and in our dealer world, we just had a good time in there on the dealer shout-outs. So I got to give let's see, where's it at here? Oh, I got to give a special shout-out to David over at Pokey's Performance. We were gonna bring Aaron on just to give David the shout-out, but I figured that would probably bring the show up to a level we couldn't keep.
Right.
So we kept Aaron in the sales department, but she definitely wanted to say hi to David at Pokey's Performance. They're in Georgia. We appreciate that. Pokey's been with us for a while, so shout out to those guys down in Georgia. Let's see here. We got Underground Diesel out at Texas. Dustin down there. They just came on board, so we're looking forward to working with them. And we have Wilson Patterson Diesel over in Lafayette, Indiana. That's Ethan Patterson. You probably know he's got a race truck. Welcome aboard. We're really excited to have Wilson Patterson on board. That's a big one. We also have Trucks Unleashed from Tomball, Texas. Bruce down there. We've been talking to Bruce for a while. Finally got them on board. They've got a really cool operation, the Trucks Unleashed. He actually has a few different operations. Like he's got an RV shop. He's got a diesel shop. Quite a few different things. And so it's going to be really interesting how our product mix works with that company. So welcome aboard to Trucks Unleashed.
I heard the preface, but
yeah,
didn't know that they were on.
They're on now. Time to get going. So we're happy to have them. And also giving a shout out to Dan's Service Center in Wisconsin. Dan Zelton. I just talked to Dan yesterday for quite a while. Dan's got a race truck that is coming along. And I saw a couple sneak pictures of it yesterday. And
What type of race truck?
I don't know if I should say which class he's running. I'll say this much.
I don't want to give it away.
I'll say this much. Dan used to run an HRDA, and he's going to commit to the Outlaw Series this year.
Nice.
And he's going to be running the only class we did not have a Hot Shot Secret in the champion seat. So hopefully it'll complete the puzzle for us. So good talking to Dan yesterday. We look forward to working with him. And Dan Service Center, just a great dealer of ours. So we really appreciate all their support. Oh, and check out that shout out. We were just talking about that.
Gray's Diesel.
Yeah.
For extending the world record for the fastest 7.3 power stroke.
Yes, sir. Congrats to Gray's Diesel. Brian Gray out there. They just own that 7.3 platform.
Right.
For a Huey injected race truck, let alone the 7.3, how big that truck is, it is just sweet. And they had the world record. Now they even extended it further. So they're also a proud dealer of ours down there in Florida. We got a quote that. So they said, bested our previous 4.92 with a 4.863 eighth mile. Thanks to Hot Shot Secret for producing all the fluids necessary to get our 7.3 power stroke down to an amazing 1.095 60-foot time and our quickest 330 foot time. Wow, so they broke 1-1. The Saber Access gun was just at 1-1 when they ran their record. So he's getting out of the gate. And I'll tell you what, we should one time when we bring Brian on or something, I'll show you a video I took of him down in Florida on the line. This dude is such a monster on the line where anybody who watches drag racing, when you're watching the tree drop, the starting tree, I have a shot of him that we freeze frame in two different frames on it, literally frame by frame. His tires are lifted and off the ground, already launched, while the light's still on yellow. The next frame is green, and he got a green light. So he didn't even red light, but it was already off the ground. It's unbelievable. It's a really cool picture we'll have to show. So congrats to Gray's Diesel for just killing it with the 7.3 platform, extending what that thing can do, and we're really proud of you guys, proud to be on board with you, proud to have you as dealers of our products too, so we appreciate it. Oh, it's dealer wall time.
Yay.
Speaking of our dealers, our partners, send us decals. Our stack's kind of running low now, and I know a lot of you still haven't sent yours in yet, so make sure you send yours in. Remember, we got a white wall, so if you got a darker decal, the better. And we have a couple more today. We were going to really challenge him with. We had to take a couple out because they were too challenging at first, but we're going to go with
figure out formulating things, but not stickers.
Exactly.
Right?
Hassler Diesel Performance. Welcome aboard. Go do your thing, man.
I'm going to do half of the thing.
Look at half. You might leave the rubbing paper on first. We'll pick that up later. There you go. We're up to another panels now, so that's good. So welcome aboard to Hassler Diesel for making the wall. And our other one for the day is going to be triple threat diesel performance. That one I would let stick for a while before we peel that off. That's kind of like a chrome. I like it. Oh, you messing it up?
Oh no. Good.
Good. So thanks, guys. Thanks for sending those in. And remember, please keep them coming. We got a lot of video planned for this area here in the studio we've built, and it's right here behind the lift. So it's gonna be on a lot of screens. So love to promote our dealers out there that are helping us out, and like to help you get some promotion out yourself. Let's see where everyone's tuning in from. We got Robert from Frankfort, Ohio. Lynn Miller's tuned in. How you doing, Lynn? Lamar L. Dog Stevens. I like that. Columbus, Ohio, local. Dunedin, Florida. Paige Rudolph Webster's down there. Dunedin? Dunedin?
I don't get out of town much.
Dan Zeldin's there. There he goes. Dan Zeldin rocking the top fan badge. Watching from cold, snowy North Wisconsin. I was just talking about you, Dan. I hope you're tuned in for that. Brad Shell says D-Wag. I don't know where that is, but Lynn Miller says, I'm just here because I miss Kyle. I miss you too, Lynn. I miss all my Fire Punk folks. The season's coming soon. We'll see you soon, bud.
We're at like 61 days.
No, it's less. I forget. Somebody just posted the clock, and I was like, wow, that's sooner than I thought. That's sooner than I thought. Josh Hernandez is tapping in. Matt Sarkozy, do you make hydraulic fluid additives, friction modifiers, for the different systems on heavy equipment? We'll jump into the question right now while we're at it.
Why not? Friction modifiers, no. Friction reducer, yes. We use FR3 in a lot of hydraulic fluid.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
FR3 is great in hydraulic fluid, so that would be the best additive I recommend, Matt. Really in any hydraulic system. Yep. And we recommend about a 5% dosage of the right. You don't know the dosage, do you?
It's 1.6 ounces per quart, but
right.
For math's sake, we specify 1.5 ounces per quart.
But 5% is accurate. Is the way to do it.
Correct.
So take your hydraulic capacity, 5% of that, put FR3 in it. Hydraulics love it. So Matt, give that a go and let us know how it works for you. Sean Tripoli says, hey guys, I've been using LX4 since we found out it works with D-Wag. I think I'm gaining a 3 mile per gallon gain with it. Wow. Wow, Sean, that's incredible.
See, we asked for that feedback of the increase in fuel mileage, but
Sean, is that 3 miles per gallon over nothing or 3 miles per gallon over D-Wag? Because D-Wag should give you a gain on itself. Yeah. Diesel winter anti-gel, I should say. So that's impressive. We have been saying we've been finding a lot of efficiency gains with it. Yep. So James Bruce with his top fan badge says, Big Country needs to call me. You know, James, I'll have Big Country give you a call. He's been out this week, but I think he's going to be back tomorrow, but he's been out all week. So I'll make sure he gets in touch with you, man. Or call me if you need anything. I'll get you taken care of until he gets back. Blaine Shishido from Vancouver, Washington. Looks like a new name, I think. Welcome, Blaine. Good having you. Sean's here. Bearded Medic says, yo. Artie Moffin's watching. Hey, bud. Sorry I forgot to call back, Kyle. Talk soon. What's today's topic? Today's topic's TSC, Artie. And you didn't call me back, but you told me it was date night, so I let you go, bud. Give me a call later. David Robinson says, hey, guys, mixed a few drops of FR3 into about 2 ounces of WD-40 and made some hair clipper lube. By itself, it was a bit thick for clippers. Interesting. I don't think we've ever looked at a hair clipper lube, but it is an oil base. We could look at it.
It's no problem.
You got it? You're on it?
The gun oil. Marksman CLP.
Well, if we do beard oil, we should have clipper oil, right?
Might as well. Do we have to use the unicorn graphic on that?
Yes.
Or no?
Yes.
Okay.
There's a new package. Beard and clipper oil. So I'll tell you what, even with we kind of leaked out last week a little bit about some of our spray greases that are coming. Now everyone started calling us asking about them. Last week I mentioned the Never Rust. Well, the other one we have is kind of a multi-purpose. So it's really I'm going to call it WD-40 on steroids.
No.
No?
No.
I saw the spec on it.
It's thick spray grease.
Yeah, I know, but it had against WD-40's thick.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
I'm not
because it was
familiar with
like
that product.
I think it was like 8 times We shouldn't pitch it until we get the stats down.
No.
But the point I'm making is it's infused with a little bit of FR3. So you're going down the right path there, putting some FR3 into WD-40. Let us do it here in the lab and wait until we can it and see what you like. Maybe you can try it on your clippers. It would probably be too thick. Oh, Aaron's watching. Hope you weren't watching a minute ago, Aaron.
Uh-oh.
Matt Goody Goodrich, how you doing, bud? I'm here, going to replace all the fluids in the Spec Miata 1999 this weekend with Hot Shots product. Videos on mute, sneaking, watching it at work. I wonder if we should get subtitles. Not live, because I know Facebook does that sometimes on the videos. So maybe in our syndicated version. Well, good to have you watching, Matt, and we appreciate Matt. He's helped us out a lot with testing some of your trans fluids and whatnot. Let's see. Who do I send my decal to? Asked Nick LaChapelle. Just send it here to the office, Nick. What's the address here?
3975 Morrow Meadows Drive.
There you go.
Mount Gilead, Ohio, 43338.
There you go. That's where to
Attention,
send
Kyle.
it, Nick. Yeah, if decals show up, they know where to send them. So
Yeah.
we appreciate it, Nick. I believe Nick just came on board here recently. So, oh look, Aaron already put the address there. My mom's rocking the top fan badge. Look who's back. Love you too, Mom. We love it. Isaac Feathers with the top fan badge. Been running FR3 in quads with wet clutches and doing oil samples, and it seems to love it. We're probably going to talk about that today because that kind of comes up when we talk about TSC for automatic applications, and with those wet clutches, we always say stick with the FR3. So good to hear, Isaac. That's usually what we recommend is the FR3 on those. Well, do you?
I don't.
We don't.
We don't endorse its use.
I think it was last time we were talking about that.
We
like,
still don't have enough
data,
but
we know we have a lot
right
of people.
there, there's
Yeah.
person-
We didn't say it, he said it.
right.
But we know a lot of people do use
Right.
FR3 in the wet clutches. So, hello from Southeast Idaho, says John Bayer. Greg Jolly's watching. How you doing, Greg? Looking forward to the season coming up. Chris Tudor's in. Isaac Feathers, Oak Harbor, Washington. Born and raised in Marietta, Ohio. Oh, local, and left us for Oak Harbor, Washington. I bet it's called up there right now. David Robinson's down in Fort Lauderdale. Montana Hand. Tux Diesel out of Weatherford, Texas. Cool. Justin Higby's from Western New York. Chris Tudor's out of Seabus. We know that. David Overholt, sunny South Montezuma, Georgia. We're everywhere. Everyone's tuning in from all over the country.
We need someone from South Dakota.
South Dakota, I bet we got more here. So,
First
Ash.
person from South Dakota to chime in gets a free bottle of TSC.
You heard it. If you're in South Dakota, chime in, give us
That's
your
right.
city. Aaron's going to buy you a bottle of
I
TSC.
am.
Jason Ash, Deadpool Dodge, saying hi from Circleville, Ohio. Hashtag ammo. There's my dude.
Oh.
There's my dude. And
Speaking of ammo, you know they have a modern muscle class in the Untouchable No
I saw
Crowd
that.
series.
I saw that. We're going to look forward to that. We're going to have some of those guys out there. Chris Tudor said, just did FR3 in my 07 Charger SRT8 oil change today. Good man, Chris. You know that's the magic sauce there. Just extended the life of your motor. Congratulations. Chris, I know you watch your specs pretty closely. Keep an eye on your operating temperature. I want you to let me know how that goes, and that ticking you got in your SRT tick. Let me know how it goes with that. Dan Zelton with his top fan badge says, thanks for the shout out. We'll be running the 590 class and ODSS. You can let it out today. Definitely happy to have unicorn oil in the truck this season. Yep. So we're really excited to work with Dan. Like I said, he's going to be running the 590 class, and this past year, Mindy Jackson won the 590 class and won Rookie of the Year for Outlaw Series. And I don't know if it's been announced yet, but everybody's been expecting that she's going to move up because she's racing Dustin's old truck, which used to run a higher class. So I'm hoping Mindy comes and starts racing in the Hot Shot Secret Pro Street class. And I know Rick Fox, who was running 590 from Firepunk that we also sponsor, he's moving up too. So kind of opens up this void in 590. It's a really competitive class, and here comes Dan Zelton. So we're happy to work with Dan. Good luck, Dan. We look forward to working with you this year, and hope we get it. Oh, Sean Tripley said 0.3, not 3, the MPGs.
Oh.
I was going to say, that's pretty crazy.
Well,
I'll take 0.3,
I'll
though.
take it.
On top of DWAG, sure. Lamar L. Dog Stevens says, I have a 2015 Chevy 3500 HD LTZ, non-deleted. What products should I use? Let's hold that one so we can get through the end of our updates. And before we jump in, we'll finish up the questions.
All right.
So, get the other all done. What's going on in Hot Shot Secret TV this weekend?
I don't know because they're not on the notes. Is it on Motor Trend?
It is.
Okay. So
Oh,
that was the issue. Saturday at 1 p.m., they're going to be covering Diesel Extreme and Everyday Diesel Treatment on Truck U.
Yep.
And 10:30 in the morning on Sunday, they're also going to be covering the same subject on Truck U.
Yep.
But I
Two different episodes,
think
but
it's a different episode.
It is a different episode. So Saturday at 1 and Sunday at 10:30, both Truck U. We love the guys over there. We've been with them forever, and they're going to be discussing our two-step fuel treatment. Diesel Extreme, clean it out. EDT, keep it clean. We love it.
Nothing else better.
Events. We have the MPMC coming up. I don't know if we announced this last week or not. No. We're really lucky, happy, pleased, privileged to be a part of MPMC. That is the Motorsports Parts Manufacturers Council. It's part of SEMA. It's really tough to get in.
Right.
You got to be on a waiting list. You got to win a lottery. You got to do a whole bunch of
there's
stuff.
only 2 other oil-based companies going to that are on that council.
And who are they?
I'm not going to say. But
I know one's Lucas Oil
the other's Amsoil
and Amsoil
Yeah.
and us.
and us.
Hey man, we're playing with the big boys now. I love it.
We are the big boys.
We're the little big
Stop.
boys. Hey, I mean,
Stop being so negative, Kyle.
that's not negative. I'm proud to be what we are. You know, I mean, they've got billions and billions of dollars, and if there's only going to be 3 there on the council, and it's Lucas Oil, Amsoil, and Hot Shot Secret,
We're one of the big boys.
there you go. All right, I'll take it. So we're really looking forward to it. I'm going along with Nikki for marketing. It's really kind of crazy. They put us in a hotel room, a suite, and for 3 straight days, the media just comes through. Like every 30 minutes, a new media outlet for 3 straight days. I think it's 42 straight media interviews. So it's a really cool thing that SEMA does to help the SEMA members, get their word out, what they're doing with their products and everything. And we're excited.
Are we
It's a
pitching
motorsports
anything-
council too, so
we
it's tough to
pitching
get
anything
in.
New?
Are we what?
Pitching any new products?
Nothing that's not out yet. Unless you want to.
I haven't been in those meetings, so
Okay.
I haven't been in the prep meeting for that.
Nothing that's not out.
conference.
Everything that's
Okay.
available. It has to stay with stuff that's available to the market. So,
Okay.
so we're really excited about that. That's out in
You
California
didn't make
here.
up anything new that I have to
No,
look
that's
up
what you
in the
don't
next
know.
week or
No.
something.
Hey, I'll be excited just to get in Southern California in a couple of weeks. It's so cold out here. So,
Yeah, definitely.
but we're really looking forward to that. So that's going to be exciting. And the O'Reilly's Leadership Conference, I believe it's down in Texas, if I'm not mistaken. I went to it last year. It's really cool. So like, obviously we're carried in O'Reilly stores nationwide, and what this is O'Reilly's brings out all the manufacturers in the products they carry. Right. They bring all their store managers nationwide in, and you actually get to talk to all the store managers and tell them about your products. So, you know, a lot of times these retailers get a bad rep because they're like, oh, the guy behind the counter never really knows anything.
Right.
Well, this is an opportunity that we get to talk to these store managers and tell them about our products so they can be educated. So when you do go into an O'Reilly store and you're having a diesel problem or something like that, they know a little bit about the products and they can actually guide you and help you out a little bit more. So it's really cool that O'Reilly's does this, and it's
Last
I
year
found
we,
it.
we whipped up a special formula for one of the individuals from Riley, as I can't remember her position, but it's like a district manager. Or
Oh,
something.
yep,
Like, send me another one of those. It worked great.
yep.
Like,
So we get ideas even.
yeah.
So.
Always.
Yep. So yeah, that's 3 days of speaking and educating O'Reilly's managers. Eric is going for marketing,
Yes.
along with Brian, who's our national sales account manager, who handles all of our retail business. Yep. End of January down in Dallas, Texas. So another couple of us escaping the cold weather this month. So that's good. And in what's in marketing?
They are almost ready for the new 10W30 full synthetic.
Wow.
Green Diamond.
Isn't it a 10 and a 5?
No.
No, I'm mixing
No,
that
no,
up.
no, you're
That's the
mixing
Euro.
up. Right.
Gotcha. So we're finally going to get that 10W30
Yeah,
Green Diamond full synthetic.
Waiting on the labels, and as soon as
So it's
those
ready.
come in,
Product's ready.
product's ready.
Just need the labels and ready to go. It's a full synthetic, just like all of our oils, infused with FR3. As we know, a lot of the new trucks that are out, they're dropping their viscosity down to 30 weight. So we adapted, and we're going to make that available to you guys. So should be here soon.
Should. Yeah.
All right, let's.
We're ready.
Yep. Let's get back to where we were here. That's still a big game for a semi-truck. Oh, yeah, Sean, that's a semi-truck that he put an extra 0.3 mile per gallon on, just with LX4.
Even more impressive.
Yes.
Now we're back up to the 3
No,
mile gallon.
exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
So we're at like 7.3
I don't
miles a
know.
gallon?
Yeah, let's know where you're at, Sean. We want to get you to 9. That's our magic number.
Yeah.
Josh Hernandez, how does this TSE stuff work? Well, we're going to get into that. And what can you tell about your 15W40, 5W40 oils for the common rail? Actually, okay, we'll skip the TSE because we'll dig into that. Why don't you take the, what can you tell about your 1540 and 5W40 oils for common rail?
1540, we have a semi-synthetic, and a true synthetic. So the green diamond is semi-synthetic. The green diamond, we're calling it full synthetic, just to...
Which is actually a Group 3.
Correct. Group 3.
It's got some 4 in it,
It's got
too.
some 4, but not
We don't
enough
tell
to-
everybody.
Not enough to brag about.
Right. But it's actually a full synthetic with PAO blend, so it's better than your normal
Yeah.
full synthetic,
And then the blue diamond, full PAO.
which you can't beat. And all those are good for common rail.
Yeah.
Common rail doesn't make any difference on those. They love it all.
And they are all infused with what?
FR3,
That's right.
absolutely.
Why wouldn't they be?
Let me back up. I skipped earlier. Lamar said, 2015 Chevy 3500 HD LTZ non-deleted. What product should I use?
Start with FR3. Because people are oil. Once you decide the FR3, I'm stealing your lines.
Okay.
Once they decide it works, then they might as well buy the oil.
Yep.
And Diesel Extreme for the first clean out, and then EDT or DWAG depending on the weather.
Yep.
After that.
Yep.
I guess I can't say Diesel Extreme right off the bat if it is freezing, but
Right. Depends your climate there, Lamar. But that's the easiest thing that we say with anybody who's first coming to our products. We have a 2-step oil treatment and 2-step fuel treatment. It's the best way to get introduced to our products. On the fuel side, Diesel Extreme, the full clean out,
Yeah.
EDTs, your follow up. On the oil side, Stiction Eliminator is going to be your full clean out. FR3, your next couple oil changes, the follow up. And that's really what's the best way to get introduced.
absolutely.
Unless you got a brand new truck, then just go right to FR3 and right to EDT. You're not going to really need the deep clean yet. So, Mark Cowles, can my bypass be transferred to my 5.3 Chevy 2016? Sure. Yep, you can put a bypass filter in anything.
As long as it has a pressurized
Right.
oil system, you can't put it on a Model T Ford.
Yeah, as long as you don't have a Model T Ford, you're good to go.
Or your
From a Duramex. Mark, the only difference would be the connections. And I don't know off the top of my head if the Duramex, if you had the no, we don't have it in the truck, do we? Is that an oil cap return?
The newer ones are, but I can't remember when it switched over.
We
It was
might have to change your input and
2017
output. Your
or
can's
not.
fine, your lines are fine. We just might have to change whether you have a sandwich adapter or if it's a spin-on can. So, Mark, give us a call. We'll check on your model and see if you. And if you do need just an adapter piece, we can sell you just the adapter piece. You don't need to buy a whole new kit. So we'll just make sure you can take advantage of what you have. Joey Nunez says, "Hey, what's up? Love your stuff. Thanks, Joey. Can your oil be used in my Gasser 5.3?" Mark says. You want to take that one?
Nope. I think we need to call Chris in for this.
Oh, Chris will tell you to send it, man.
Send it,
For
yeah.
sure. Okay, the truth of the matter is, let me put it this way, Mark. If you don't have any emission systems on that vehicle, if there's no catalytic converters, then it can be used, because that's the only thing we're really kind of concerned about. The long story short to it is that diesel oil packages are much more robust. We can really cram a lot of good cleansing packs and everything into diesel oil packages that you can't necessarily into a gasoline vehicle, just because the catalytic converters are just a little more
Finicky, sensitive.
finicky.
Whatever
There's
you
the
wanna call it.
scientific word. I'm glad Aaron's here today. So they're a little more finicky. So if you really put a really robust additive package through a gasoline car, you can risk clogging up your catalytic converter a little bit. It's going to want to
if you have a lot of blow by or
you got to have blow by to make
or-
that happen because it's going to have to blow by to get there.
valve guide issues, things of that nature.
Sure. So I would say this: if you're not burning oil and you don't have any blow by, it's not going to. It literally can't get to the catalytic converter. You're not going to have any problems.
Right.
But we do call it diesel oil for a reason.
It'll help clean the motor.
Oh, it will. There's no
believe it
doubt
or
that
not.
diesel motor oil is much better than gasoline motor oil.
Right.
There's just a lot more cleansing packs in it. I mean, it's a lot more robust of an oil. Love for gas vehicles to use it, and that's why a lot of older gas vehicles before catalytic converters and everything, they love to use diesel oil because
Some folks still use diesel oil.
sure, and diesel oil is what they call a poor man's race oil too. That's why the guys that don't want to spend a lot of money on a high-end race oil, they'll just use diesel oil because it's got such a robust package in it. So the answer to your question, Mark, is off the record. if you're not burning a lot of oil and you don't have any blow by, you're probably not going to have any issues with it. But we've got some potential of some SN rated stuff coming out. So SP. So sit tight, Mark.
That's a new one.
Greg Jolly says, racing season coming soon. It sure is, Greg. We're looking forward to it. We're just talking about it today. Sean says, do you have to be service shop to send your decals? No, man. Send me a decal. Bearded Medic. I saw that.
What?
I saw that we're not going to put Bearded Medic's decal
We
on.
are.
That's right.
Why wouldn't we?
Hey, fans, followers, we'll put your decal up. You got it. I know, Levi, we got a bunch of Instagram influencers and social media influencers. All you guys, send them in. We'll put you up on the wall. Be happy to. Jared Rectorball says, Kyle! Exclamation point. So, Jared! Mike Miller's watching. How you doing, Mike? I was just talking to Mike. He's building a bad truck. Montana Hand. My 12-volt and 24 V Cummins absolutely love the fuel additives that y'all offer. Thank you so much for your great product. Well, we appreciate it, Montana, and thanks to this guy for mixing that stuff up and figuring out how to make it good, and the rest of the team to get out there. We appreciate you using it. Hey guys, Mike Miller from Massachusetts. Hey Mike, I'm just talking about you. Good to have you tuned in. Sean's in here from Traverse City, Michigan. Mark Cal says, I just sold my 2015 non-delete Chevy 465K. Nothing but hot shots and a bypass. Wow. 465K. That's getting up there.
It's almost past the break-in period.
Yeah, well in there. I like the 500,000 stuff. So, Christian Bates is rocking her top fan badge. Missed the first 20 minutes. Well, you can catch the syndicated version, Christian.
Right.
Good to have you in, though. I always see you in here. Keith Mensing, hello from your friends and distributor Rudolph Brothers and Company. How you guys doing? Jared's there. The whole team's there. Sweet. Good to see you guys, Rudolph Bros. And topic today is TSE. The new big boys. What part of Texas Christian Bates has? All right. Randy Harrop's tuned in. We just talked to Randy yesterday. Randy is killing it.
Did you?
Randy
I
is-
didn't know if that phone call happened or not.
Yeah.
Right after you're like, hey, Brett, let's go now.
Yeah. Yep.
All right.
We went and talked to Randy. He is.
See, I don't
if
get
anybody's
updates on
up,
everything.
If anybody's up on like the western half of Canada,
Right.
talk to Randy Harrop. He is just taking over Canada. I know he just made a big announcement last night that he's now a distributor up in Canada for fleece. So a big move for him, and he's really killing it. So congrats, Randy. We love you, man. Keep it up, bud. Are you guys working on other weights of oil for gas vehicles?
Indeed we are.
Oh, is that breaking news?
It's not supposed to be, but I don't know if I'm allowed to say it or not.
Oh, his line,
Here
his
you go.
favorite line.
Yeah, we've got. If I don't know the marketing schedule, but if all goes well, it should be by the end of the year.
Really?
I hope so. I don't know.
Wow.
We're almost finished with them in R&D, so.
Well, so just like we were talking earlier about the diesel and gas oils, so could I make the statement that it's easier to create a gas oil than it is a diesel oil?
No.
No, it's still just as hard.
Everything's tricky. Things are tricky.
All right. I'll believe you.
Just because I make
His
it
job's
look,
hard.
See it? I'm trying to tell you.
All right, so there you go, Christian. You pulled something out of him.
We're there. Yeah.
Jared says, will y'all have oils for gasser vehicles such as the Honda Civic Type R, WRX, STI, Hyundai Velocidor N? They'll fit those applications.
I'm not going to answer that because I don't know if those are 016s or
Yeah.
020. I think we have a 020, 520, and a 530 coming out.
Ooh, he's let a lot of info out. 020, huh?
Yeah. But I know a lot of the newer Hondas are 016.
There's some 16. I know Toyota just had a 016.
So if it takes the 020 or the 520, we're good.
Okay. And I imagine we
could do
we have
it
a problem.
anyway. Meh.
We have a problem stopping. So if we put those out and people ask for a 16, we'll make a 16. I'll put it this way. I've seen some bottles in there that say 0W8, 0W2, and 0W0. That's super top secret. I didn't say that. So there's stuff. They do crazy stuff.
Those are all for my personal tests. Those are off the books.
Right.
Now we're testing to see how well FR3 protected.
Sure.
So if it calls for a 5W30, well, let's put a 0W8 in it. Why not?
Right. Well, we've talked about that
let's see
before.
what
That's the whole purpose
So-
of a motor oil is to protect the engine. But yet,
You can gain a
the
lot
thicker it
of-
is, the more it protects, but it's just inefficient.
Correct.
So if we can drop the viscosity down,
Right.
make it a thinner oil, the motor's more efficient,
Win,
but
win,
then
win.
you're risking protection.
Right.
FR3 comes in, protects it, drop the viscosity, and we all win.
We all win.
And that's why you're getting it done. Good stuff. Kevin Adams, tune in. How you doing, Kev?
Hey, I know him.
I know that guy. Josh Hernandez, can you use additional FR3 along with your FR3 infused oils? Sure, but you can also just throw money into the fire pit too if you want.
Yeah.
Because we really, when we blend our oils, we really get to the peak level of FR3.
Right.
It's kind of diminishing returns after that.
Exactly.
So you're not gonna help anything. Save your money. Save that FR3 if you got
help us, but
You'll help us. Makes you buy FR3 sooner. But Josh, save your FR3 or use it elsewhere. You put it in your gears, put it in your power steering fluid. There's other applications for it. So, but if you're already using our oils, there's no need to add any extra. Andy Schroeder says pedal to metal pulling hitches, saying hello from Michigan. There we go. We're still waiting on South Dakota, right?
Good. Yeah.
Jerry Atkins is watching. Anthony Carter's watching. How you doing, guys? Blaine Shishido says, looking to change trans fluid in my 2014 F250. Which Blue Diamond do you recommend, ATF or the TFC4? Boom. I think we just had this question yesterday, didn't we?
We did. The multi-vehicle ATF. It works really well in the 47 REs for the Dodges. I know we tested a lot with Fire Punk and their 1,000 horsepower trucks and no issues at all. We have noticed that sometimes there's a little, and it could be only the one person. I've only had one report, but one counts. We had one report of a little bit of a shutter issue in the Ford. So I made an add-on pack and sent out, and it fixed it. So there may be a formulation change to guarantee its use and everything.
Right, and then just kind of extends
But
the
if there-
applications.
so it's kind of we have one report. Is it an issue or is it an isolated event? I don't know if we want to do a complete formula change on one vehicle.
But standard here, you're talking Blue Diamond ATF is
Yeah,
what you
absolutely.
recommend. Well, there you go, Blaine. And let's see. Jerry Atkins, what's up, Kyle? Glad to see you back. Hey, Jerry, glad to be back. Sean says Hot Shots Trucking. And we got enough questions, but we got to get to our TSE.
Oh,
Actually, speaking of Hot Shots Trucking, I'm going to put out a call out to everybody. If anybody out there is looking to hot shot a vehicle for us, we're trying to get a vehicle from, where is it, Jersey? New Jersey to Ohio, or somewhere around there. So
if you're anywhere,
if you're here in the New
on the
Jersey
East
area,
Coast.
Josh just stepped out. I think he'd do. But yeah, if any hot shotters are out there, Josh, where's it at? Maryland. Okay, we have a vehicle in Maryland that we need to get here to Ohio. So I know we got a lot of hot shotters to watch us.
Right.
We'll pay you. We need to get transport here. So anybody in the Maryland area that wants we need a one-way trip on a vehicle delivery. So if you got a car hauler, anything, any trailer, give us a call, shoot us a message. We'd love to have some help from you. So we appreciate it. All right, so let's get into TSE.
but
Thanks
wait,
for all the questions.
We're not.
What?
There's a new secret segment that you don't know about.
Oh, what is this all about? What is this all about?
Yeah, we're having a get to know us segment.
Oh, shoot. I saw it posted.
People are watching Kyle all the time, every week, because they love him, but they really only know the Hot Shot secret Kyle. They don't know the Kyle off the clock Kyle.
I don't like this.
So we are going to start this segment to get a little background information, and all your fans will know everything about you.
Is that like 12 questions?
Yes.
No.
So, if any of you have questions for Kyle, let them rip. So where were you born?
I was born in Anderson, Indiana.
Okay, where did you grow up?
Indiana till I was 10, and then Cincinnati through high school.
What was your first job?
McDonald's.
Where did you go to school?
No, I take it back. I had a paper route before McDonald's.
Man, this sounds too familiar. Where did you go to school?
College?
Let's say college.
Wingate, North Carolina, and then Franklin in Columbus.
And what did you study?
Marketing and business.
How'd the marketing thing work now that you're in sales?
That's the same thing.
Did you play any sports growing up?
Soccer? I played everything, yeah.
Favorite hobby?
Favorite hobby now?
Both. Let's look at both.
Cars.
Favorite holiday?
Christmas.
Favorite alcoholic beverage? Now we're getting to know Kyle.
Liquor or beer?
Both. That's always both.
Guinness and whiskey.
Any particular type of whiskey?
The better. The better, the better. But I'll drink crap whiskey too.
Do you have a favorite TV show?
Favorite TV show?
Yes.
I like HBO TV
Wrong
shows.
answer.
Okay.
Try this again.
I'd
I'd like to give a shout out to my MSO.
Yes. Memphis Street
you
Outlaws, my
dropped
favorite
the ball
TV
on
show.
that one.
Of course. That's good.
I'm just trying to teach you how to market better since you get moved over to sales.
Right.
What kind of Jeep do you have?
I've got a Grand Cherokee SRT8.
Is it really that special?
It's very special.
When's that going to get going again?
Shut up.
No. What's your favorite thing about working at Hot Shot Secret?
You know, if you ask me any other time, I'd say the people, but this isn't fun. This is scary. So
who's your favorite person at Hot Shot Secret?
my favorite
LSI?
person at Hot Shot Secret, Pam.
Who's your least favorite? No. All right, see if there's any questions from the viewers. That was just a quick one. Oh, yeah.
I thought I was expecting another question there at the end from you. I was ready for it after you started asking questions.
Oh, you know it's Al Green.
Yeah. Oh no. Let's go.
Yeah.
Oh crap! There are questions. Oh no. Let's see. Where are you from, and how did you get a job with Hot Shots? Well, I live in Columbus, so Hot Shots. We're actually located about 30 minutes north of Columbus. Most everybody here is like pretty local, Mount Gilead area. So I think I was the first one to be like the outsider. Now we got a few different outsiders from Columbus that are all employed here. So I honestly, how to get a job here? I honestly kind of had like one of those like mid-life crisis moments when I was like, you know what? I want to start doing something that I enjoy. Like I've done marketing and sales and everything under the sun, and like I said earlier, by hobby I like cars, automotive stuff, and so. It's the first time in my life I actually had a job, but I was like looking around, and I found this place that was making these really cool high performance formulas and everything, and I was like, wow, they're right here in Ohio. To be honest, I'd never heard of us. 30 miles from where I live.
You don't watch All Girls Garage? Come on.
Right. So yeah, and they had a marketing position open, and I came up here and interviewed like 500 times with Chris, and the rest is history. And so I'm happy to be here. So that's kind of how it happened.
Chris only?
Everybody, the whole family and everything. Yep, of course, like normal. Come and get.
They didn't introduce me to the whole family.
Oh, when did you get your first kiss? I don't think that's work related.
Oh, I've got another one then.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Chris wants to know how's it going with the girlfriend and when you get
Oh,
married.
shut up. He probably did text you that. He probably did. I'm just saying, Al Green's the answer. So we're good. Okay, now we have a couple other real questions here.
Okay.
What do you recommend to put in my 6.0? I just got new studs deleted and tuned. Looking for something to keep my 6.0 last longer. Stiction.
Mm-hmm.
First off, just get used to using Stiction Eliminator. You can run that and then run FR3 and every 2 or 3 oil changes after that. Get back to Stiction Eliminator. It's going to keep your HUE injectors clean. And then, of course, like we say, Diesel Extreme and EDT on the fuel side.
Always. Or DWAG, depending on the climate.
Andy Schroeder says, how about a diesel pulling truck? I may have a few guys. Well, I'll tell you what, Andy, you stay tuned. We've got a lot of news coming about pulling. Everybody knows how much we've been into racing the last couple of years and really dominated now, and we're really excited about it. We got some big pulling news coming here soon, so we'll save that for another show. And Jerry says, come get the wedge and haul it, or I'll do it once I'm off because I just got laid off from Kenworth Tuesday. Well, sorry to hear that, Jerry, but if you want a haul job, give me a call. Seriously, bud, we could use it. So we're running time. We're going to have to run through. Thanks for all the questions, comments, everybody. Thanks for the surprise interview that I wasn't expecting. But so let's talk about transmission Stiction Eliminator. Okay, off the top, the basics. It's for automatic transmissions only.
Okay. Right. Correct.
Yeah.
Not going to argue that fact.
Now, what's my favorite point about transmission?
This is the only additive that we have that is not an additive.
Yes. There's absolutely zero additives in this product.
Right.
It is a pure Group 5 high-end ester. It's a
Correct.
badass chemical.
It is.
And it's
And that's one of the baddest of the bad.
exactly.
Right.
It's some high-end stuff, and it's really unique how it works. Like a lot of people think, okay, so we have Stiction Eliminator for the motor, and we got transmission Stiction Eliminator for the transmission. They don't work the same. They actually operate a little bit differently because it's Nester in a way.
No way.
This
Same
works off
end
of
result.
same end result, but this goes about cleaning out the varnish and the built-up
Right.
oil in the transmission by way of polarity, right?
Correct.
Now, I'm always wrong, but negative metal, positive
Correct.
fluid. All right.
We're good.
So as we know, in a transmission, you've got all those nooks and crannies, your valve bodies, your all the very small parts that it's very easy to get coking in there and some built-up varnish, and it really will start. You can have a variety of issues for other hard shifting, slip shifting, many different.
And most of that's due to the valve body stiction.
Right, and you just got it built up in the valve
Yeah.
body, and we got to get it cleaned out. And the way to clean it out is transmission Stiction Eliminator. It's going to get in there. It's 5% dose, right?
Correct.
So 1.5 ounces per quart, 6. And so this bottle, our quart bottles treat 20 gallons or 20 quarts of transmission fluid. So you basically, what we recommend normally is to bleed out, a quart, throw this in. It's going to get in there, and because of the polarity, it wants to attract itself to that metal and all those parts of your valve bodies. So it's literally going to fight through the stiction and lift it off the metal surface. It returns it back to oil form, so it's just there in your transmission fluid. On your next transmission fluid change, all that comes out with the wash. Now, one of the things I like to say is that while this is an excellent problem-solving product, and 99% of the time that's when people find and use this product, unfortunately I find, because it's a great preventative product. Before you have buildup or anything in the transmission, if you add this to your transmission fluid, it is going to bond to that metal. The polarity is going to bond to the metal, and it's going to keep the buildup from going onto the metal.
Right.
So I don't think we do a good enough job of explaining that side of it as a preventative product. Often it's only looked at like when people have a transmission
Right.
problem, they turn to it.
Yeah. Another thing is putting it in as a preventative. Rare, unless you had a complete brand new transmission overhaul, brand new torque converter, there's still some fluid left in. So you're going to want to deal with that, address those.
Yep. So, like we said, it reduces operating temperature. We hear that a lot. Temperature comes down.
I wish we had Chris's graph so we could show them why. The eddy currents.
Oh, yeah. Use the sidewalls? Yeah. Reduces friction, removes the burnt fluid and fluid in stiction. Now, here's where I like to, as you know, with all of our products, we offer a 100%, no questions asked, money back guarantee. And we always say that's not a marketing gimmick. That's not a ploy to say, oh, have faith in our product. That's honestly not why Chris started that from the beginning. The truth of the matter is we want you to view our products as potential solutions to your problems. So if you have an issue going on with your vehicle, no matter what it is, it's something that's lubricant based that could have a potential fix. We want you to try our product first as a hope that it's going to be your fix. Now, if you have, and it's very important when it comes to transmission, this is where we see it the most, is that people start having a slip shifting in the transmission. It's like, oh man, that feeling of, oh dude, I think my tran's going.
$3,500 bill.
Yeah, we know it's going to be
$35
expensive.
first. Why
Right,
not?
$29.99.
Okay.
You can try this. If your problem is way past a stiction problem and you have a mechanical problem in your transmission, I'm sorry, that's not going to work for you. But before you have a whole diagnosis and know what's going on, give it a try, because if it turns out you have a more mechanical problem, then you probably are going to have a $2,000 or $3,000 bill. Well, we want you to have your $30 back because you got a big bill coming. So it's a way to be able to almost like do a process of elimination. And so if you start to have a transmission issue, let's say, okay, first things first, let's find out if it's a
Maybe
stiction
it's
issue.
just dirty. Yeah.
Maybe it's dirty. Let's clean it out. Buy a bottle of it, see if it cleans out, see if it fixes your problem. If it doesn't fix your problem, give us a call. We'll give you your money back, no questions asked, and at least you have a clean transfer for the guy to work on when he when he has to take it apart. But it's really the one product where we see that the most, because when someone's looking at a big bill like that, it's kind of like how Stiction Eliminator started as, because how expensive fuel injectors were. People were like, well, I'll give this a try, and they realize Stiction Eliminator works for them. Well, same thing with this. If you're having a transmission issue, I encourage you to please take advantage of our 100% money back guarantee before you take it into a trans shop and spend a whole bunch of money to find out maybe it was just dirty.
Yeah.
And that also being said, this is by far the one product where we see
The best reviews.
the best reviews.
Yeah.
I mean, people, when somebody has a stiction problem in the transmission, they are scared to death about that bill. And when they can pony up a $29.95 bottle that fixes their problem, they are the happiest customers in the world. We get call-ins and people say, I can't believe how this worked.
Yeah.
If you go to our website, I'm sure Levi can probably pull up some of our online reviews.
Testimonials.
Read them.
Yeah.
I mean, read them. These are real-world people and were really scared about a really expensive fix they're having ahead of them. And what do you know? A bottle works. I talked to my dealers a lot too. Like our dealers out there that carry our products. Some of them are like, some of them are transmission specialists, and they're like, well, we make darn good money off of fixing transmissions and everything. So the way I look at it is, I'm not pulling money out of your pocket as a dealer or anything. I'll tell you what.
Lifelong customer.
Absolutely.
Happy.
If
And a lot
anybody
more-
who's coming into a transmission shop, if you can turn them away with a $30 bill on a perfectly running transmission, you just got that guy a lifelong
And a
customer.
lot of referrals too.
And a lot of referrals, absolutely. So it really is an incredible product it is very targeted. It's a very specific transmission based.
Well, it's one of the things we do here.
Yep, very focused problem solving. Now, what's the applications? We said automatic transmissions.
Correct.
A manual transmission, you don't recommend putting that in.
No, we'd go FR3.
You would use FR3 instead.
Yes.
And then now let's touch about we talked about wet clutches. For those of you that don't know what a wet clutch is, that's usually in a motorcycle or an UTV, ATV, where the engine and the trans share the same fluids. Now we're talking about motor, trans fluid all in one. Is this an application that can be used in?
It's not great. FR3.
FR3.
Again.
There we go. So the only thing we ever want to use this in is an automatic transmission.
That's it.
I got you.
Unfortunately. It's very specific.
Now, how about another question? We offer transmission fluid ourselves. We just had a couple questions. Which blend you each have? If somebody's switching over to our oil, is there any benefit of using transmission Stiction Eliminator?
Ask that one more time, please.
If somebody is switching
over to our transmission fluids?
correct,
No. Our transmission fluids have, guess what? FR3 in them.
right, which have cleansing packs that are going to get
So
clean.
we're good, yeah.
Yep. Now, if the one time I do say is a good opportunity is if you're having a transmission problem, or it's high in mileage and it's that time to change the fluid. Sometimes people, or if you just have a pretty good running transmission just in high mileage, it's good to right before you change it, put a bottle of TSE in, run it for 1,000 miles or
Right.
so, and then when you go to put fresh fluid in, then maybe switch to our stuff, which is good stuff's going to keep it clean. But if you got some high miles on the trans fluid, not too much that you don't want to change it, but just enough that it's time for good cleaning, put a bottle in. You know, when you still got 1,000, 2,000 miles to go on it or something, or like I said, put one in today just because it's good preventative,
Always.
right?
Yeah.
What else you got on that? Anything else?
I just have. We get to pick 2 winners.
No, we still got some questions.
Oh, sorry. No.
Chris Tudor says engine rebuilds. Do 2-step or just FR3? Chris, it depends the motor, how much is being rebuilt.
Right.
I don't think you need stiction if it's a
No.
full bore or
No,
anything.
But definitely wait till after the break-in period,
Yes, that is true.
and then
Yeah, so Chris, wait for break-in because we don't want to glaze the cylinders with any extra lubricant from the FR3. So wait for break-in and then go right directly to FR3. You can skip Stiction Eliminator. Christian Bates says, so do you put it in every transmission fluid change? Christian, I do and I would. And also, most of the time, transmission intervals are 80,000 to 100,000 miles.
up
So
there.
sometimes even longer. Now we got lifetime fill cars.
Yeah.
So you're not changing it that often. So a $30 bottle that you get 100,000 miles out of, it's not a bad investment. So I'd put it in a brand new car, like I said, as a preventative. Or if you're having a problem, put it in as the fix. And then if you swap it out.
Fractions of pennies per day.
Right. So, yeah, there's nothing wrong with putting it in every single time. Sean Bearded Medic says, ran some TSE and was another great decision to do along with Stiction. Temp reduction, smoother shifts, and slippage reduced. There you go. So we always say. So he was getting a friction reduction, bring the temperature down, slippage changed, clean out the valve body, makes better shifting. This stuff works. Shit works. Sean also said, I ran TSE about 500,000 miles, then changed to your guys' trans fluid. Yeah, so that's what I said. A lot of people do that. Put some miles on it, let the TSE get in there, clean everything out, and then when it's time to change, if you want to come over to our stuff, you don't really have to use it anymore. Our fluids with the FR3, and it's going to keep it clean. Andy Shanks watching. How you doing, Andy?
And the PAO, so they don't.
Roy Courier just tuned in. How you doing, Roy? And Brian Fidazza says, can TSE be used in Allison Duramax transmission?
100%.
100%, not just yes, but
Well, 5% TSE, 100% it can be used.
all right.
Just to clarify the math.
So
What? No. Good call.
what?
Not CVT.
No CVT.
Right.
Okay. But in
And most every other.
what did he say? He said Duramax.
Yeah, that's fine.
The Allison, yeah,
But we
he's
don't
good.
use them in the CVT transmissions.
Right. Correct. William Emke says, will TSE help with torque converter chutter? Wow.
Go ahead. I use a little different technology with my add-on packs.
He's got this magic add-on pack that shuts up any transmission in the world, so he's so happy
But
about it. But a torque converter.
I've heard.
We know it's quite chutter in the transmission.
Right. I've heard a few. This is a huge story. I mean, we can't just compact it in one.
Well, give us
I've
the
heard
simple version.
a few reports of that. I know also, like especially in aftermarket converters, it's a lot to do with the machining of the stator and the oil passages. So possibly, I'm not going to give absolutely on that one.
So do you want to get back to him on that?
Yes.
Homework assignment.
You got it written down.
Yeah, it's Brian Fidazzo asked that.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Could TSE be used in the Allison Duramax train? No, I'm sorry. Torque converter question was William Emke. That's who I did write down. You're right.
Yeah.
Joe Mucaria. I'm sorry, Joe Mucaria says, how much do you add ratio-wise? 5%. So 1 to 20. Depends your trans capacity size. So, and I often put too much in, but this is one you're not going to hurt putting too much in. Most people I know put the whole quart in, and they don't always have a 20-quart transmission. So, but technically 5% is the answer to that, Joe.
Yeah, 1.5. 1.6 is the correct math for the 5%, but
Right.
for ease of math, it's 1.5 ounces per quart.
And Mark House says he used
And
TSC.
that's a good question too.
What's that?
That's per total quart capacity. So if you do your filter change, you pull out 7 quarts.
That doesn't mean
That
that
doesn't mean that the other 4 that
there's
are
more quarts up.
right.
Yeah. Yeah. So
it's for the total fluid capacity.
what do we call that? A maintenance change versus a full flush. So yeah, your full. We're basing it off the full capacity of the trans, right? And
how could we forget that?
I know. Mark Cowell says I used TSE from the start on my Alice in 2015. So there you go. There's somebody who's actually putting it in preventatively,
Right.
and that's great, Mark. You're protecting that trans from building up any coking on it and everything. So that's good. More people need to do that, and it's our fault. We need to market it better as a preventative product. It seems to always get the attention when someone's having a trans issue, and then it's like, wow, that stuff's great. And it's like, I'm putting it in everything, but often we don't get introduced to it till we have a problem. So, but like Mark said there, it's good for a preventative too. Nicholas Chappelle says you guys should let me come do a video with you sometime. Nick, anytime, man. Come on up. We're right off 71, and I believe pretty sure one of our dealers too. And we were talking about it just before we went live in the sales room about getting more of our dealers on. And Nick, we can actually even do a screen and screen. Levi's got the technology to do that too. So give us a call. Maybe we'll set it up and have you on. You can tell us about your shop and everything too. So we'd be happy to do that. Devin Daniels, how you doing, bud? Just tuned in. Mark House is 465,000, 350,000 pulling 53-foot flatbed RV hauler. Woo! That's when you want to protect the trans. All right, so let's give some stuff away. So first of all, TSC, let's give a bottle to Mr. William Emke. I think he's the one that you got homework for too, right? So William, you just won a bottle of TSC, and you gave him homework, so he's going to have a better answer for you next week. So give us a message.
You can just do the homework for me, and I can copy.
There you go. And also, how about Brian Barnett? So Brian Barnett, William Emke, thanks for commenting. Go ahead and send us a message. Levi will get it on our Facebook Messenger with your address. We will send you out a quart of our TSC. That will treat 20 quarts. So you might be able to get 2 cars out of it. Depends the size. So we appreciate it. And thanks for you guys tuning in and everything. And remember, if you're watching later, go ahead and question, comment. We'll still give out some TSC to one of our syndicated fans. Anything else you got for this week?
No, you didn't ask for an R&D update, so that's good.
Do we skip it?
Yes.
It wasn't in here.
I know. They must have figured it out.
All right, so before we close.
No.
Before we close.
Okay.
What's the latest thing in R&D? I saw some stuff. You made me smell some stuff today.
Yeah, we're...
No kidding.
I know this...
It's always weird when the R&D guys go, come here and smell this. What are you cooking up?
We're still testing LX4. For the VP Torque DX racing fuel.
Right.
We formulated it to address the lubricity issue in the diesel fuel, but ironically didn't test it in the diesel fuel. So our treat rate, we noticed it didn't move as much in the racing fuel, so we're going to get those answers out.
Okay, so is that a reformulation for that, or is that...
No, it's just more of a treat ratio.
The treat ratio difference.
So, hey, here's... Yeah.
Okay.
So now instead of the 1 to 1280 ratio, we might have a 1 to 512 or a...
So we're talking 1 to 10 gallons or 1 to 20 gallons?
Something.
See our ratio thing.
Right.
You know?
It's our treat ratio differences, right?
But that's big. Hopefully you get that figured out before race season, because I know...
1,975 parts per million. Is that what you want to know?
No, I'm still down with the ounces and quarts. But
Yeah.
I know a lot of people are running that Torx DX from VP Racing, and we know it is extremely dry.
Yes.
I mean, off the charts dry. 600-700 Where's car? It's way up there.
It's over 6.
It's over 6, yeah. It's way up there. And that's honestly where the LX4 development kind of started from this last year, was from us being at the racetrack and people coming up to us saying, dude, like, my injectors are popping like crazy. We'd hear them go down the track popping and stuff. And because a lot of people are switching over to this race fuel that they're getting gains out of it. It's good fuel. They're finding ways to make power out of it and everything. But, man, it's destroying fuel systems because it's so dry. So what you're saying is you're taking our LX formula, figuring out the best treat ratio in that racing
Correct. I mean,
fuel.
we know every pump diesel's different. So
Right.
now we have another element of the racing
Right.
fuel. It's consistent. Don't try to make that comparison.
Right.
But now we have to learn specifically this fuel to
Get the
narrow
right
it
treat
down.
ratio for it.
It's a weird how sometimes nothing happens and then all of a sudden you see huge gains. So
Right.
we'll find out where that.
Well,
point
they're
is.
going to find that level, and that's what they do in R&D here. Always working to help you guys out, and it gets out to the racers. They prove it, and then it gets out to the shelf for the everyday driver, and everybody benefits.
Right.
So all right. Well, there's your R&D update. We weren't going to let them slide on that. So, thanks again for everybody tuning in. Remember, William Emke, Brian Barnett. Shoot us a message. Anybody else message us later for a bottle of TSC that we'll give away next episode. Until next time, we'll be back next Thursday at 1:30. And
will.
everybody have a good rest of the week, and we'll see you next week.
Night night.
At night.
We're not a late show, are we?
No.
Sorry.